Torah Parshas Vayakhel, page Pei Zayin, bottom of the first column. Okay, Al Rebbe is explaining, in order to understand all these things about Mlechas HaMishkan, the order, Shabbos, inside, outside, all that stuff. So we need to understand first the concept of Ani Havai Shanisi. So he says, the whole union of Mitzad Hashem himself, there is no world. It only starts from the level of Malchus. And from Malchus itself comes the two levels of Mamalik Kol Almin and Seviv Kol Almin. He explained each one what it is. And he gives a mashal that the Shemesh is called Mor, but the Or of the sun is called the Or HaShemesh. And like he said, in Or Ein Sof, there's two meanings. Number one, Or of Ein Sof, or the Or itself is Ein Sof. Okay? So he says, now we can understand well, Lama Shekina Mekubalim. Why the Mekubalim Lebchinas Hamshachas Achayis Ma'bari Yisbarech B'Shem Or. Like it says, Or Ein Sof. We know this concept of Mekubalim speak about the revelation of Elokus. It uses the word Or, light. Now really it's not light. It's an emanation, the revelation of Elokus. It's not light. Yet the earliest Mekubalim used the word Or on this revelation of Elokus. Even though there's many reasons why the Mekubalim used the word Or to define a revelation of godliness, I know one of the explanations is as follows. It's just like in Gashmis. When the sun, the light of the sun shines on something, yeah? When you have sunlight shining on something, it doesn't permeate it, it just encompasses it. It's around it, it doesn't go inside. So therefore, what is this Hamshacha? Right? It's just the revelation of the source. Therefore, when the clouds are thick and the sun is not shining, then Helam Gamor. Then it's a complete concealment. Yet when the sun shines on earth, that's the level of Gilui. Nevertheless, okay, so he says like this. He's giving a mashal of sunlight. When the sun shines, it's revealed. When there's clouds blocking the sun, so then it's concealed. But even when it's revealed, it's still only an encompassing level. It doesn't permeate it. It doesn't affect it directly, only indirectly. It's only an encompassing superficial level. It doesn't permeate the earth. So he's saying, what's the uniqueness of light? There's when the light shines, there's when the light is concealed, and even when the light shines, it's only superficial. So he says, so we'll understand the level of Elokus. Which is the level of Seviv Kolam. And what does that mean? It's Gilu Lachayis B'chinas Elamis. It's the power of Hashem to give existence to the world. Okay? Because Od is what is the Koyach of creation. So before Hashem created the world, this light was within Hashem. It wasn't revealed yet. That's what it says. Actually, the Gemara says, before Hashem created the world, it was only Him and His name, which is Shemai is Levadi. Hayahu Ushmei Levadi. Meaning Hashem and His name were the only things existing.
What would they have a name for?
One second. And then once it became revealed, this Elokus to create world, it became revealed the level of Seviv Kolam. Mikama came nevertheless. Hagili Azed Abchinas Makif is only the encompassing level Lachein nikra ha'ara k'masha the shemesh ha'ara makefis. So he says like this. When Chazal give an expression of elokus, or in Sof, it's referring to Sefer Kolam. He says, why is it called Or? Because you have revealed Or and pre-revealed Or. Okay? Before the Or was revealed, the revelation was in the Son, but it just wasn't revealed yet. That's Hayahu Ushmei Bovad. Him and his name, meaning the eventual identification, though was Levadi within him before the sun shines. Then when he created the world, there was this revelation of Elokus to be revealed in the world, to exist, make worlds exist. But not in a way that it affects it directly. It's like sunlight only affects it indirectly. And that's why the motion for Erd HaSeviv Kol Almin is the level of Erd HaShemesh. Because again, it has pre-revelation, post-revelation, and then even post-revelation, the way it only affects the world indirectly. Now, you understand why it's called name? Because before there's still the ray of the sun in the sun, but it didn't reveal itself yet.
Whatever is in the solar is one with the essence.
Before revelation and post-revelation. Hayu Shmei Bovad was Shalin, huh?
Before revelation.
So then Hayu Shmei Bovad. Now, after creation, then the revelation is revealed. Correct? Seemingly, so now it becomes separated from the sun. Sunlight is separated from the sun. But what happens if the sun's all over the place? Then the ray, in reality, never left the sun. Right? But what happens from our perception, we don't see the sun. So therefore the rays do exist. But from the real perspective, the sun's all over. So the rays never left the sun. Welcome to Shayach V'Amunah.
Every revelation is not the essence.
If it's essence, it can be revelation, because revelation by definition means a limited way that it's being revealed, or a specific way it's revealed. It could be infinite, but it's infinite chesed, but it's revealing itself as chesed. It can be essence. Etzem built in is gala. Etzem cannot be revealed. Once it's revealed, it's not essence.
There's an intermediary between both.
What?
There is something in between.
Yeah, it's called Einei Mavade. Only Hashem's in between.
Between the essence and the revelation.
No. There's essence, there's revelation. What?
What did Hashem show Moshe?
Last week's parsha, show him the back of the tefillin.
I know, but did he show the light? Did he show...
Show the revelation. In fact, when Moshe Rabbeinu's face shined, some people say that was from when Hashem revealed himself at the rock. He showed him the back of the tefillin. That doesn't mean physically he showed him back of the tefillin. It's the revelation of the back of the tefillin.
And when Moshe wanted to see Israel, Hashem took him and said, "Here, now see." What did he saw?
What did he see?
What did he see?
Somebody used to say, "Did you saw him?" After 30 years after being in the country, he said he just came off the boat. So he said, "Did you saw him?" Anyway, over there, Moshe Rabbeinu physically saw Eretz Yisrael also.
But through the light, is Hashem revealing the light, and here's the light you could see from the beginning?
Well, that's the beginning of creation, and that line was hidden in Torah.
And that's what the Baal Shem Tov opened up.
Yes, and that's what everybody can see. Tzaddikim could see, and yeah, you need eyes to see.
And that's not the light. That's not the
Because
light.
Dawud is Malchus, that's Malchus. What?
What the altar Rebbe is saying, that's not light. That's revealing the...
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
That's what he's saying. When Hashem reveals himself, it's not light. when an artist becomes, they get sometimes divinely inspired, they get inspired and they can start drawing. Some days they just can't draw, whatever, yeah?
Writer's block.
Now,
Writer's block, yeah.
what are they seeing? This inspiration they're getting, what is it, light? Like this? It's inspiration is called light, but it's not light. It's just a revelation of a talent or a revelation of something. You can't, in other words, we use physical words on things that are very unphysical. That's why the Tzemach Tzedek writes in Sheshvat Tefillin, he writes, the whole inyan of learning Chassidus is the necessity lahashit advarim megashmiyusim, to remove them from the physicality, because we think art Ein Sof. Okay, Hashem's revelation, so we're picturing like a light. It's not. We just call it light because of the various different reasons. But it's not a light that's becoming revealed. Turn on the light bulb.
And they would give a manner because the kiss is revelation and manner is a...
No. Yeah. But that's, that's people see the revelation, they see the light. This is, when they get inspired, they call it light. It's not, again, he's not light, it's just...
Is it possible what Arizal saw in his sleep, that is second,
No, for half an hour, yeah?
Yeah, in half an hour, so...
80 years.
Is it possible that Hashem hidden with the light? I just want to understand...
Okay, let me give you a little mushroom for this. You see a picture on the wall.
Yeah.
You take a quick stare at it for 5 seconds. Yeah? And now you want to describe the picture in all details. How long will it take you? Half an hour, let's say, whatever. Yeah? Huh? Okay, maybe more, maybe less, but you understand the point. So you see a picture for a second,
Flash.
and then to explain it, to reveal it, you're going to need a half an hour. Right? So that's what Arizal saw in a half an hour. He saw that to explain it would take 80 years. It's like what you see takes a long time to explain. It could take days, it could take years.
What did he saw?
Huh?
What did he saw?
What did he see?
What did he see?
I don't tell you what, I don't know what he saw. He saw godliness, enough godliness to explain it.
You saw your neshama too.
You see a beautiful place when you travel.
In a Yom recently, it says, the Alter Rebbe told me about Amen Yeshmei Rabbah.
Yes.
Okay, they heard a one-liner, and they worked on it for a year.
Fire.
Okay, but that means a one-liner, when you live with it, it extends. If it goes in and out, like by us, we see something goes in and out. In and out burger, in and out brains, in and out middays, in and out everything. Instant gratification, it's in and out. But you could see something that when you see it, to explain it will take a very long time.
It's the Keli dependent, no?
It's what?
Depends on the Keli.
Yeah, obviously, the more perceptive somebody is, obviously the more you can explain it. Some people can look at a picture and see every single detail in 3 seconds. And some people don't, they just see the whole general picture, they don't see details. But then to explain it will take much longer, and the more perceptive you are, the longer it's going to take you to explain it. The Alter Rebbe in Tanya, when he speaks about people knowing Torah, he speaks lefi asagas meichei or lefi shevish and shmosei. There's two things when it comes, let's say, to Torah. If you have a good head, it's one thing, but if you have a higher neshama, that helps much more than just a good head. Different time when the Alter Rebbe says, when you understand Torah, fi asagas sichlei or fi sheirish nishmosei. A person with a much greater neshama, even without a great head, can see perceptions in Yiddishkeit, in Torah, that are much greater than somebody who doesn't have that great level of neshama. Because neshama, Torah, and Hashem is synonymous. Right? Chazal tell us. So therefore, a person who has a greater neshama can automatically see a deeper level of godliness. Now obviously if you have a great head, it definitely helps. But together, it's really high.
Wow.
So when the Arizal saw on this Shabbos afternoon nap, it says a half an hour or whatever, he saw enough to speak 80 years. That means because of his neshama, that level that he saw in a minute, like a picture, you see it for 5 seconds, you can talk about it for a long time.
How come he saw that? How come he saw that?
And not me and you.
No.
I can tell you a million reasons.
But we learned that every huge revelation has to come from Moshe Rabbeinu.
He was the Moshe Rabbeinu.
But he wasn't.
Arito, Moshe Rabbeinu, of his generation. There was
So that explains it.
in the Arizal's famous shul in Sfas, yeah? The Arizal's mikveh, the Arizal shul. Okay. So in that Arizal's mikveh, there were 4 tzaddikim, and in that mikveh, in the shul. There was the Beis Yosef wrote Shulchan Aruch. There was the Arizal, Reb Shlomo Alkovitz, and the Alshich, I think. There were 4. Okay. One was the Rav, the Beis Yosef was the Rav, one was the Magid, okay. When the Arizal would get up to speak Kabbalah, it says the Beis Yosef fell asleep. Not because Arizal was boring. The Beis Yosef fell asleep because his neshama was not connected to Kabbalah. It was Shulchan Aruch, it was Nigla. It was the revealed part of Torah. So it says that when the Arizal got up to speak Kabbalah, so that the Beis Yosef fell asleep. Because in neshama, it wasn't his level. The Beis Yosef had a very great neshama. But it was a neshama in this way, not that way. You know what I mean? It's way beyond our understanding. Okay, so then now it says like this: I will exalt my Hashem the King. What do we say now? I will praise you forever. So now, what do you mean forever? We don't live forever. What do you mean I'll praise you forever? We only live 120 years. What do you mean forever? What it means is so what does it mean? He said bracha means to bring down. I will bring down Elokus la'elam v'ed, meaning into the world, la'elam, into the world. But to bring down this revelation of Elokus from the source has to be Arimimcha. Arimimcha remis isnasi shel malach, which is seviv kol almin. Like isnasas malach, like the exaltness, whatever, of the king over his nation. What do we say? How can we bring down how can we bring down that in world? Through the level of that Hashem is exalted. Hashem has nothing to do with world. Seviv kol almin. Then you can bring down the level of Elokus into world. You have it? You have it?